Namaste. A standard. Today we will discuss on the topic the poem number 3 Apple Picking, written by Robert Frost. So I will divide this poem into two parts, the first part and the second part. First, before discussing this poem, we will just go through the poet, who is Robert Frost, and what and all his works, everything we will discuss. Robert Lee Frost, in the page number 87, just go through it. Robert Lee Frost, 1874 to 1964, was a famous American poet. He dealt with themes from rural life in New England, USA, using the setting of examine complex social and philosophical issues. His important poetic works are A Boy's Will, published in 1913, North of Boston, published in 1914, Mountain Interval, published in 1916, New Hampshire, 1924, Collected Poems, 1930, A Further Range, 1936, and A Witness Tree in the 1942. As a popular and oft-quoted poet, Frost was honored with the prestigious Pulitzer Prize 4 times. So he was honored with the Pulitzer. This is an award given to great people. That is, he has got it 4 times. His poetry is largely traditional in terms of meter and exclusive lyrical grace. After Apple Picking, this is about the poem here, published in the collection North of Boston, is a well-known poem on man's encounter with the nature world, probing the dilemma with his existence. Here the poet gives his reflection on boredom and drudgery in the aftermath of the task of picking of apples. The work weary apple picker is unable to enjoy his work. His amidst way of modern due to the way of modern civilization. Composed in free verse, this is the type of the poem is a free verse. The poem is remarkable for its mood and intensity. It is also an antithesis of modern civilization, marked by the culture of excessive work for increasing material gain to no end. So this is basically, if I try to describe this poem's theme, this is nothing but see, in our life we always think of earning and getting riches. So we dream of these things. The poet also thinks, he had thought that I should get a high production of apples in his farms. So when the day came, he got such a high peak, so many apples, 10,000 apples he got in his farms, but he is now tired of picking the apples. He is no more happy in picking the apples. Same way, we rush in our life to gain, to earn, we forgetting about the experiencing this beautiful nature, being happy with what we have. We dream of big things, we dream of having many things. Same way, a poet also had dreamt of getting a high peak with many apples in his farms, but when the day came, he just could not enjoy it. He is tired of that. He is tired of picking the apple. In that picking the apple, he just felt that why this has happened, why this so many apples. I'm tired of picking the apples. I'm tired of this work. This is making me sleep. So the poem is basically a metaphorical poem. So saying one thing and indirectly referring it to something else is a metaphor. So here the poet wants to say something and by using something else as his object. He has revealed the readers he want to say this thing. So we'll see the poem. The first stanza. My long two-pointed ladders sticking through a tree towards heaven still. And there is a barrel that I didn't fill beside it, and there may be 2 or 3 apples I didn't pick upon some bough. So he's saying his ladder is he is standing on the tree. He is using a ladder to pick the apples. There his ladder is pointing to the upwards position, and by this he thinks, I have not picked all the apples. Still there are some apples remaining on the tree, and there are still some apples and some barrels which has to be filled. And next stanza says, but I am done with apple picking now. Essence of winter sleep is on the night. The scent of apples I am drowsing off. I cannot rub the strangeness from my sight. I got from looking through a pane of glass. So he is tired of this apple picking. Since morning he has started picking this apple. Now he is very much tired of picking the apple now, and he feels this as in winter is approaching. Winter is approaching means the next season is approaching. Next season he also refers to the night. His next step, his life's next step, that is he must be young at this time, not young, in the middle of his lifespan, but now he is approaching to the old age. So winter is approaching means he is getting old. He is tired of his work. He is tired of picking the apples. The scent of apples I am drowsing off. Because of the scent, the smell of the apples, he is getting tiredness. He is getting drowsiness. Drowsiness means sleepiness. So because of the smell of apples, he is feeling sleepy. I cannot rub the strangeness from my sight I got from looking through a pane of glass. So early morning before going to the farm, he just had some small when he was sleeping, he got a strange dream. He felt he had he was looking through a pane of glass. When he tried to drink water, he was looking into the glass. This is metaphorical refers to he is in his dream trying to see the life through the glass of water. I skimmed through morning from the drinking through and held against the world of hoary grass. It melted and I let it fall and break, but I was well. Now the third stanza, I skimmed this morning from the drinking through and held against the world of hoary grass. So the glass looked, when he looked into the glass, looked through the ice piece, the hoary grass, on the grasses also there used to be ices covered with ice. The grasses also covered with ice. So in this on this grass also looked very strange through this piece of ice. So I screamed and held against the world of hoary grass. It melted and I let it fall and break, but I was well. So when he was looking through this glass, he felt that the world around him looked very strange. Strange here means very difficult to understand. He felt the world is looking. While he was looking into the ice piece, the world looked very strange and it started melting. So melting refers to the time here. Okay, the time is melting, the time is passing, and he is holding the time, but it is melting down. When the time passes, and you feel the strangeness of your life, your strangeness of looking the world around you. You feel strange that whatever I am doing is right or wrong, where I am going, what I am doing is what I have achieved, what I have to achieve. All these thoughts came to his mind, and so this while looking through this piece of ice, the world the world around him looked very strange to him. So, same way, if you refer it to the metaphorical way, he is the ice piece of ice refers to time, and the time is melting, the time is passing by, and due to these strange feelings, he starts thinking what I am doing, what I have achieved, what I have to achieve, what were my dreams. So these strange thoughts came into his mind, and he drops the ice piece down, and he tries to recollect that I am well and fine now. Upon my way to sleep before it fell, and I could tell what form my dreaming was about to take. Magnified apples appear and disappear, stem end and blossom end. So now he is tired. New evening has approached. Now he wants to go to sleep. Now, before going to sleep, he tries to guess what type of dreams I may get. He thinks of apples, full ripe apples, red apples, apples on which spots are there. These things came into his mind that I may dream of something full of apples. And every fleck of russet showing clear my instep arch not only keeps the ache, it keeps the pressure of the ladder round. I feel the ladder sway as the boughs bend, and I keep hearing from the clear bin that rumbling sound. So, and every fleck of russet means you see red spots on the apples. So, fleck of russet. So every apple is showing fleck of russet. That means this what he wants to refer is fleck of russet means see every apple in everybody's life. You can see clearly what you have done, what good deeds you have done in your life. So fleck of russet, the pointed red spots on the apple refers to your good deeds and your bad deeds in your life. So he says, I can see clearly the fleck of russet. As he sees fleck of russet on the apples, he may also see in his dreams as apples his good deeds and his bad deeds. My incept arch not only keeps the egg, so he is standing on the ladder. In his dream, he is also standing on the ladder, and so it keeps the pressure of a ladder round. So this ladder, as he is standing on the ladder, his body weight is keeping the ladder firm on the land. It feels the ladder sway as the boughs bend. He can feel when it breezes. He can feel when breezes, the tree also, the boughs also, the branches also shake a little, and he can feel whatever is shaking while he is standing on the ladder. And I keep hearing from the cellar bin the rumbling sound. He can also hear whatever sound he is getting while these branches and boughs are shaking, and through the branches his ladder also, which is standing as a support to his ladder, he can feel the shaking of the ladder as well. So what does it mean? It means the world around him is also shaking a little. Shaking a little means it is trying to push him to something. It is trying to push him to a place where he has to belong. So the surrounding is described in this way. So remaining 3 paras I will discuss in my next video, and please go through the meaning of this poem. There are so many words given here, like barrel, stick through, essence, cider, pain, done with, the drowsing off, rub of strenuous, skim, drinking through. See, all these are given in this glossary part. Please go through it, read this lesson. This is basically a metaphorical poem, so you cannot understand a metaphorical poem easily unless and until you go through the meaning and try to understand what the author is really wants to say to the reader. So till then, take care. Namaste.